Yeah, I did
It wasn't to
not,
the manager, it was to the council and mayor.
Because I think that there are some very good answers to your concerns. And so I think that, you know, in moving forward, it would be great if the city manager were able to share those with you. I don't know if
Yes.
the rest of you had an opportunity to look at that, but they're pretty straight.
this is how many trees have been
No,
taken down
I
from the
just-
property.
I don't want to read it.
And if
I
you
don't believe in
look,
that. You know, if you're, in good governance, you have a person come here to complain. We have a life too, and I think if you want to
Right.
complain, you come here, do your complaint, and then walk out the door. But, you know, Joe is here. If she doesn't get any answer from Joe, then come back here.
and that's why I'm here
Well,
again.
that's 100% what I'm saying, is that,
Oh.
that if Joe would release the answers to her, then, you know,
I had no problem with
I
that.
thought they were
That's fine.
pretty straightforward.
Make a motion to it.
Well, I don't even need a motion. If you guys are good with it, she
I
can
like
see the
motion.
answer. That's to the letter last year.
I like motion.
I mean, again, we're addressing about 100 different things right
I'll
now.
second it.
And I appreciate that, I really do
We're
appreciate
gonna vote here,
that.
excuse me.
Oh, go ahead.
Who made the motion?
And Ken,
I second.
What was the motion?
just to release the, Joe as a response to Cindy's concerns.
That covers you. This is right under top.
Perfect, and the other thing is that now,
Yeah, so she carried.
okay,
Adair?
Yes.
Bayless?
Yes.
McLennan?
Yes.
No one?
Yes.
additionally, now before the planning commission, 4 of the 20 trees that are in front of it, there's 4 left, 4, I have a picture. And now Jesse is coming before the planning commission to cut down the last 4.
Coming before the city council in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay,
Not the planning
thank
commission.
you. Coming before the city council in 2 weeks to have the last of the 4 cut down that he'll replace with native species. What about the 20 before that, and what about a plan? I don't mean to push anybody around. I live there. I am promoting business here and been paying taxes for 19 years. Please, give me some respect in the situation as well.
Well, Cindy, the way you talked to us the last meeting,
Uh-huh.
I didn't appreciate that. So
Would
I
you-
did get this information. Also, the water department had complaints about you about taking over a lamp. That's illegal. You can't do that, Cindy. And, you know, just because you're Cindy Vesna, doesn't mean you gotta bend over backwards.
No, I don't think that, nor have I ever thought that before.
You come across that way.
Yes, you do.
You know what, and with all due respect, I apologize, but I'm flying here trying to create a response and make a difference myself. So if I seem pushy, I apologize to everyone here because I know what it's like to give community time, and I appreciate what you do. But I could go into a lot of dirty laundry, which I have also recorded, besides the taping of a light that was proven to be the strength of a football field. And I did it one night when people wanted to see the stars and forgot to take it down. It was a football field light, and that is also being documented by the people who did the light study on Main Street. I
Okay,
have a
Cindy.
copy of it.
Do we see
I'm
a
gonna cut
copy?
you off now.
Okay, cut me off.
5 minutes.
Good, thank
Anybody
you.
else want to, Chuck, you want to say anything?
Nope.
Anybody else want to talk?
Van?
Go ahead.
Gary said that I have to address this matter to you, Joe. You can answer my question. It's about they're going around doing the sewer thing. And I'm a little bit confused as to what it means to my toilet. It says in the sheet that it says your toilet will overflow. Will it bother my toilet upstairs, and also we have a bathroom in our basement too. Is that what, is what? is
I
that
would just
what-
follow the letter. Again, I don't know of anybody where we've had overflows yet. Very little, if any, but it's just a precaution to take. When they're washing the lines out, using high pressure nozzles, there's an opportunity for pushback, and so, yeah, I mean, it's,
Oh, excuse me, I don't mean, you know, I just had a brief note.
Yeah.
By this type of operation.
yep, I don't know what, yeah, I mean, it's just a precaution to take to cover up the floor drain and the john.
I thank you very much for clarifying.
Else? Need a motion on minutes?
Make a motion to accept them.
Second.
Sure.
Bayless?
Yes.
McLennan?
Yes.
Noah?
Yeah.
Adair?
Yes.
City clerk treasurer?
Just the bill tonight.
What's the bill? Scott?
Make a motion that we authorize payment of the bills in the amount of $292,750.88.
Second. Any discussion with that? Roll call?
McLennan?
Yes.
Adair?
Yes.
Bayless?
Yes.
Noah?
Yes. City attorney?
Yeah, some of you may recall at March Board of Review, the district library came in and asked that the Rogers City Theater property be made tax exempt, and the board denied that request. So they appealed, and that appeal is going to be heard next Wednesday up in Sheboygan. I think it's worth going through the hearing and getting some things, let the facts come out and let the law be applied. There's about $2,200 at stake. That would be the total winter and summer tax bills for all the taxing entities combined.
I got something to say, Mike. I think this is been a late thing. I'm just gonna be too late for us. I think you should have let us know as soon as we knew that we're gonna be taking the tribunal. I've told Joe and I've told all staff that we should know what's going on. And it seems to be that you're not one out of that realm, that you should let us know what's going on. The city council is responsible for this city, and we should know what's going on in this city. So I would hope that you'd be a little more forthcoming with it later.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I took it as a rather routine situation.
It's not routine, Joe. Mike. We're part of we run the city.
Right.
We're responsible. You don't have that responsibility. And I think we should know within days of when something happens.
All right, well, I'm sorry. I just thought it was that the city would want to defend, given the Board of Review.
Yeah, but you don't know that for a fact.
And I just assumed it as a duty and did it.
Okay,
So
city manager.
Just briefly, the street project is ongoing. Anybody that's been down towards my end of town will see that the Pinewood has the base course on it. Most of Linden has been pulverized, crushed, and shaped. They were back today working on that in the rain. The latest from the prime contractor, Goodrich, is that they'll actually be here Friday and Saturday putting the base course on the balance of Pinewood, Linden, and then the Lark Street Hill. And then, again, if you'll remember, the RFP itself required that they hold off 2 weeks between base course and final course because there is cement asbestos line, and a lot of times from the vibration caused by the compacting, you can have main breaks, and we'd rather address the main break with the base course down than when the street is completely done. I don't think we had any last year, but the year before that up by the old water tower, there were a couple that showed themselves pretty rapidly before the final course went down. The SAW project was mentioned again. The contractor's still out there. They're doing sanitary mains first, and then they'll be doing the storm once the sanitary's done. We did get information in the local paper, in all of the city utility bills, And then we've also asked the contractor stay ahead at the end of each day, go out and hand those things out to the neighborhood they anticipate being in. There's no perfect way to do it. That contractor actually has done multiple towns before they've gotten to Rogers City and indicated we're the first ones to actually require that they go door to door. They said in all the towns they've done, they've actually only had one very minor overflow. They're using a nozzle apparently that works real well to prevent that. And again, the neighborhoods that they're doing, the map is in Toby's office, they're squares. And again, those are just imaginary lines basically. So when they go from grid 2 to grid 3, you know, the houses on the edge of grid 2 could still be impacted by what they're doing in 3. So we have had calls from people wanting a drop dead date when they don't have to take those precautions anymore, and it can be kind of difficult to know for sure. And we've tried to tell people just err on the side of caution. We know it's an inconvenience, but soon we won't need to do that any longer. And again, the process is cleaning them, and then once they're clean, the second crew is coming through and videotaping them. We already identified one location down by the Lakeview properties where all of the industrial was cleared, where the house is, where the pipe had basically completely collapsed. And we repaired that right away. We've already found a couple other trouble spots in the work they've done so far that we'll need to get at pretty rapidly as well. They anticipate that they'll be done. I think they were figuring about 6 weeks total. The sanitary in town will be done, and they're a couple weeks in already. Third and Erie, that project's ongoing. I plan to get with the general contractor on that tomorrow. There's some thought in having kind of the celebration for that particular project and combining that with the US 23 event on October 7th or 8th. I just want to ensure with Dave that it'll be done to the point where we can do that and it's not still under construction. If that's possible, then that committee that was working on gathering the money and stuff will set some type of event up to have down there. Household hazardous waste event, again, as a reminder, is this Friday from 3 to 7. Again, it's been a long time since we've done it. I'm hoping it's not going to be chaotic, but you know, again, because it's been so long and because it's kind of a unique way we're doing it with only the city and the Rogers Township having no cost. We're going to do the best we can. We've got 7 or 8 volunteers plus somebody from the DPW will be down there, and Matt's going to have an officer to help with traffic control as much as possible.
Just a minute, Joe, I just got to ask a question. People on the audience, have you heard about this?
No,
Yes.
no,
Okay.
no, what is it?
It was mailed out in all of the city utility bills. It's also been in the paper. I mean, and in Rogers Township, it went out with all the tax bills. Yeah, so we tried to get the word out the best we could, and it basically that said what you can bring, what you can't bring, when it is,
Oh, yes.
who it's for. It was about a month ago it went out.
Yes.
You guys remember seeing that you offered the proposal on the sling lift trailer. The proposals for the towing mechanism are actually due in this Thursday. So that'll actually be in front of you at your next meeting after it goes through Harbor Advisory. The auditor will be here Thursday and Friday, so we'll have our first audit, sans Judy. We'll see how we're doing in the absence of a bookkeeper. And then, again, as I mentioned in my written report, I will be speaking with a financial advisor, Carrie Blanchett from Public Financial Management, who's the preeminent pension-related financial advisor in the state. And again, as we look at what our options are, some of those options we cannot consider without engaging financial advisor. So I anticipate by the next meeting, instead of talking in hypotheticals, I'll have some firm data, and I may need to ask you to allow me to spend up to a certain amount to continue the process to get us in a position to consider some options to help with our pension situation. That's all I got.
Any questions for Joe?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm all set.
Okay. No commissions, no liaisons, I don't think? Okay. I've got a few items. When I happened to go out to Munchy Crunchy Apple Farm, and if you haven't been there, I encourage you to go. It was quite a deal. Sunday we went out there, and I just couldn't believe the amount of people that go there. And it's just unbelievable. And I think I talked to Joe about it, and he said they doubled their sales from last year, right, Joe?
They
It
said,
was just great. I mean, what an addition to Prescott County. And also, I went by the Icat Falls Park, that again was full, just full. And again, what a great addition to Presque Isle County.
For sure.
And it's in their years, but they really, you know, they've done a lot of work,
Very nice.
which is great. So, staff, do we send any thank you letters, cards or anything to people that get off commissions? I mean, there's one that just resigned from planning commission.
I can,
Pardon?
yeah.
Well, I think, you know, the thing that I was thinking about, Joe, maybe the secretary of that organization could take care of it, because she knows, or he knows, there's no she's, I mean, no she could then send it out and thank them. I think they deserve that.
No, I agree. That's good you guys bring that up. That's something for me, it's easy for me to forget to do that, so it's a good idea.
Okay, nothing else. Let me finish. New business ordinance 2017-04, first reading. That's the one we did the last time, but there was.
The planning commission asked to expedite it. There's a whole lot of work that needs to be done to the sign ordinance to bring it into compliance with new court-related decisions that have been made related to signs.
That's right.
But I think the planning commission didn't want to wait for this to be done until all of that was done, is my understanding from talking to Toby. So here it is in front of you after a public hearing.
The one thing here is signs that Mr. Bennett wants to change are smaller, Joe. I think you've got, they're going to be taller but smaller. So, I'll open public hearing.
Oh, no, public hearing, you had it at the planning commission. This is just first reading hearing.
Okay.
Yep.
First reading. Somebody ought to make a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Or,
Any discussion? When you're ready, Joe.
Who seconded that? I heard two.
Dick did.
Dick made the
Support,
motion.
no.
make a motion.
You made-
Kenny seconded.
Okay, because I heard,
Sorry.
Just pick two.
Attaboy.
thank you. Adair,
Yes.
Bayless,
Yes.
McLennan,
Yes.
Noah.
Yes. Assessor's proposal.
Yeah, just to lead into it, Gary, again, just for the public's knowledge, we did advertise that. It was on the website for the Michigan Assessors Association, the Northeast Michigan Assessors Association, and various newspapers in northern Michigan. And it was emailed directly to those that I knew were doing business here within the county. And also the Michigan Assessors Association, just like the managers have a listserv where we're all communicating, they have the same thing. So it was physically emailed into all of their inboxes throughout the state. I believe most, if not, at least most of them in the state belong to that. So there was as much outreach as we could possibly do to actually get as much interest in that position as possible, which was my directive from the council.
Talked to Mayor today, and we come up that we possibly pick up two people and interview them at the next meeting. Probably start, let's see, 6, maybe 5:30. Think that's enough time?
Right. Yep, and of them, I mean, the way I'd review it, the two that were across the board, the two that would be the lowest would be Joseph Lavender, Sheboygan, and then Trevor, our existing assessor. So my suggestion would be that you talk to both of those two.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we, like a motion on
Well,
Yeah.
5:30? Yeah.
Well, is that
that?
too much time?
No, I think 5:30 is good. I think 5:30 is good. Figure a half hour each and maybe a little, they're done by 6:30 then.
6 o'clock?
I think 6 o'clock.
Okay, I don't care. That's what it
We do
is.
it, we do it that time, 6?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 15 minutes.
20 minutes
20
apiece
minutes?
probably.
Yeah, you know.
20
Okay.
minutes. What's your,
I'll make a motion that we set up a workshop for 6 PM, 2 weeks from tonight,
Yes.
to invite both Joseph Lavender and Trevor Most to interview them, stagger the interviews, and we can interview them and work toward selecting an assessor.
is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just that I'll leave the door open for the other two, just on the off chance that after those two, you want to interview somebody else, I'll let them know that this is what we're doing, but leave the door open for the other two until decisions made.
Well, I'll tell the people there's,
Can you give me a date on that, what day that is?
19th.
19th?
Yep.
19. Oh, that's August.
Oh, well,
Okay,
It's 19th.
there's 4 people. We got Trevor Most, Lavender, Casey Guthrie from Bel Air, and Rebecca Stankiewicz from Gwin. Now, that's a long trip. Anyway, as you heard, we picked the other 2.
Bayless,
Yes.
McLennan,
Yes.
Adair.
yes,
So, Noah.
Yes. Water tower demolition?
September 1st was the drop dead date. I know they've got the zoning permit, they're talking about Speed Connect, to relocate off of our tower and relocate onto a privately owned tower in town. Probably, I'm gonna trust that they're close, Mike, I guess, and give them a tiny bit more time to
Joe?
finish this.
Let me just make a motion to allow you to have it come down when it can come down.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean.
The other thing is, if, you know, again, if the process, if there were an issue, would actually be the same eviction process as you were trying to get like a renter out of a house. That's what Mike would be taking on for us at the point where we say we should pull the trigger and do that, but Mike and I can have that conversation. I guess what I'm looking for is authorization to spend up to $20,000
Okay,
to get that tower down.
somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Jerry?
McLennan,
Yes.
Adair.
Yes,
Bayless, Noah.
Yes. Lions Club request for a sell white cane for them? I
yes,
believe so. They can often sell them on the streets, can't they?
Yep,
yep,
Or you could, not that.
that's right, with your blessing.
yep,
Okay. Somebody want to make a motion?
Make motion to have a white cane sale.
Second?
I'll second that motion.
Any discussion?
Just Saturday, September 16th from 10 to 4.
Okay. He might, sure.
Yeah, you never know.
Kenny said Mike Eustace is going to do that.
You'll be there.
Roll call.
Adair,
Yes,
Bayless,
Yes.
McLennan,
Yes.
Noah.
Yes. Any other business? Oh, I got one thing, charter.
We'll be talking to them soon. They kind of made a debacle on one of our back streets, doing an underground bore. They created a giant hump. So we'll be talking to them about multiple
Is there
things
something
in the
we-
near future.
Somehow we put pressure on them?
Well, I think the work that they're doing is the work they told us they would do, but they have a bore, and now if you go back in the area behind Adrian's and stuff, you'll see what I'm talking about. They did a bore, and you'll see there's a giant hump in our street now, which needs to be done on their dime and
That
soon,
was
so.
just done.
Toby was getting a hold of them today, and we're asking them to come and talk to us and meet us, so we'll have I'll have an answer for you here real soon, because we gotta talk to them about that too. They left a mess behind and they humped up our street bad.
Anything? Scott?
No, that's it for me.
That was behind Adrian's?
Yeah, back in there, you'll see it, you'll see an orange, you can't miss it.
I'll go back.
What?
was Joe gonna bring up some stuff?
No, I had nothing.
Oh, I thought we told him it was okay to bring up some stuff on the purple one.
No, I don't have anything.
No.
Okay,
We released that, that's what we talked about.
yeah, very good.
Need a motion to no other business, adjournment? Somebody gonna make a motion to adjourn? Second? Second?
Second,
Okay.
Who made the motion? Bayless,
Yes.
McLennan,
Yes.
Adair,
Yes.
Noah.
Yes.